Now here are the programs we have deployed. We have, since we went live with it, January of last year, we have deployed 4 applications, and we are working on more now. At this time, I'd like to call out my team, Nathan, Mark, and Saujanya, if you can quickly get up. Yeah, they helped with all of the projects in here. And I also like to call out Sanjeev Rai from Princeton Blue, if you can quickly get up. You know, they helped out with the OBM service desk. That's our first project. We didn't want to stumble on our way as we kick off a new project and new development platform, so we wanted help with those. If you can, please give a round of applause for them. I appreciate that. Thank you. So let me go through each of these applications here. So the service desk is a place any OBM employee can go to for any service they need from any of our service providers. Service providers are listed down there: communications, human resources, legal, fiscal, the IT office, and the training academy. Now, we can add more service providers as well, if other divisions want to do more stuff, okay? So what we did is we had an online service catalog that's easily updatable. It takes about 15 minutes for us to add a new service to this service catalog. And people can request services from the service desk, and the service is then routed to the right service desk personnel. And let me just go through the process here. So you start by initiating the process, and I'll talk about what are all the ways to initiate them. Then a service request is created, and depending on whether that service request requires approval, like for instance, if you ask for a laptop, it's going to send that to a supervisor for approval first. It will go to an approval. However, if it doesn't require an approval, it's an issue. It'll go straight to the service desk. Okay, and after the service is done, it goes back to the customer for basically, confirming that the service has been completed. Okay, and here are the various ways people can get to this. They can launch the service request by provider, which is a wizard. They'll step them through it. They can search on the service. They can type in a service name, and we have a lot of keywords that will then trigger show them a list of services they can quickly get to. They can go to Tempo and do all of those, or on mobile they can do the same thing. And we also have a place where we show the popular service requests, so they don't have to do all of that. They can just click straight there and go straight to that service. Here's our Tempo experience. As they post right now from the portal, I'm sure we'll be looking at our migration paths to records. And it will automatically post in Tempo. They can follow up on Tempo and have a conversation or provide additional information. And we keep all of those updated. Any approvals, except for services that are from legal. Sometimes legal services they don't want to publicize certain things on Tempo. So we keep those confidential. The rest of them, we are posting it on Tempo. Now, for those of you that attended the panel discussion, you might have seen the screenshot about the business continuity app that we went live with. This was a really quick turnaround time. It was about 3 weeks' time, between saying, why don't we have the business continuity app, available anywhere, anytime? And we went live with it with the top 10 things that we look for when we have a disaster, and then being able to look at all business continuity documentation in one place. So it was a quick turnaround time on this one. The project governance app, it was an existing process. We had a process that involved, and I'll go through the process shortly. This one, most of you should, that are familiar with project management, the book of knowledge, you're familiar with the process, the project governance process, right? It starts with initiation, planning, execution, closing. The application we built was in the initiation stage. When you have project charters and you're kicking off and making a decision on whether you approve or don't approve a project. Now, you see that on the top, you see the actual process we used. That was a process that was existing, but it was all manual. Okay. So what we did, we create a project charter, and you can see a screenshot of that. And then the project sponsor provides the details about that project, including what functionality they need and why they think it's important that it happen, any deadlines, those kind of things. And then we send that out to all of the affected areas, like for instance, IT, training, communications, may all have impact as a result of the project. We send it out to all of these areas to obtain cost estimates. How much is this going to cost? Not only in actual dollars, external, capital costs, also internal costs. How much time is going to be spent, and we have a dollar amount for each kind of staff. And then it comes to the board chair, happens to be myself for the governance board. So I look at it just to make sure all of the information is correctly captured. And then once those are all taken care of, it's sent to all of the board members. We have 9 board members in the IT governance board. And it goes before the meeting so they can review it. And then during the meeting, we discuss that project and we score it. There's an automatic scoring that happens by the system. And then we also have the governance board override it during the meeting if needed. And then we communicate the decision on approval and what is the scoring that determines the priority of the project. Okay. And the latest system we implemented is on inventory management. You can find out all of the things. We track about 21 item types. This was one area where we really needed to take care of this because, again, OBM not taking care of all of the inventory will not be a good thing. And we had these items being captured in a lot of different places. Some were in spreadsheets, some were in Access database. Some of them were in different systems. Some systems had information on assets that were over $500 and had sensitive information. Others didn't. So what we did is we created one environment where you can go in, request a new inventory item, or transfer an item, or report it lost or stolen. All these actions were possible in one system. As part of the initial discussion or design process, we built a stakeholder needs chart, where we kind of identified what are all the use cases that the various stakeholders are going to look for. What is the requester going to find in this system? What is the supervisor going to need from this system? Process owner. This kind of the requirements gathering stage. We want to make sure we are meeting all of the needs of our stakeholders. And here's how the homepage looks. We have a home tab, and we also have a process owner tab where we can get more information that shows what assets you have. And you can do the actions right here on the homepage, or you can actually go back to the service desk and do it there, and it'll seamlessly update here. So both are another avenue of getting there. And it's all of the applications we build except for the project governance, which has a complex forms, is available also on mobile. Where you can request it and you can transfer and accept an asset right there.